Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I am Monica, the Kismet Chemist. And if you are new to the channel, welcome to the family. I am honored to have you here. If you're returning, welcome back. I have missed you. In today's reading, we are going to be learning all about your connection with the person on your mind. This may be somebody that you are dating, someone you're married to. It may just be somebody who you can't seem to get out of your mind, and you want to know what it is about this person, this connection that has you so entangled or kind of tied up inside your mind and heart. The inspiration from this actually came in the middle of the night on September 6th. And it was this concept of a watermelon. I have been finding myself craving watermelon, and bear with me here because I know this is going to be a very strange kind of coincidence, but if you think about watermelon is this combination of sweetness and nourishment together, but it has the hard rind on the outside that's all but inedible. And you have to cut that rind away, or you pickle the rind in order for it to be edible. In a big way, this is actually a metaphor for how relationships are. There's an outside shell or rind to relationships that need to be worked through together or cut away from the relationship. This outside rind is often from past traumas, wounds, and negative mindsets based on conditioning, whether that be conditioning in childhood or through the course of other relationships in your life. We aren't always whole and healed when we come into the connections that are meant for us. Sometimes it takes getting into the connection for the spark of healing to begin in one or both of you. When one begins, the other will eventually follow, but it cannot be forced or threatened into them. It takes strength, patience, and trusting of your own heart and that of the other person. There are also times in which we don't fully see the changes of the other person or ourselves through the eyes of the connection itself. And because of this, we can feel as though we are alone on the healing journey. And in feeling that aloneness, we can actually usher in this fear of separation. This reading was brought to me in a dream state, and my conscious mind clicked on midway through as I was thinking about my grocery list. And I came to watermelon on my grocery list, and everything just suddenly made sense. After that, I heard myself shuffling the cards and asking Spirit the questions that we're going to cover in this reading. And just so you guys know, I absolutely did get watermelon, and I absolutely still have it in my house. After channeling this, I actually did get watermelon and then eat it, and then had to go get more because it's been like one of my #1 fruits lately. Now, the 3 questions we're going to ask here. I apologize if you can hear Willow. She's all excited about Bella here. So first, we're going to take a look at the energies of each person when you came together, when you met each other, the circumstances surrounding it. So we're going to take kind of a walk down memory lane. Each of the piles that you see in front of you have a signifier card to them, and I will explain the signifier card when you choose the piles. And then underneath the signifier card are piles to describe each individual person within the connection. After that, we're going to talk about how the love has changed the connection and the energy of the 2 people. How you and your person have both changed through this connection. And then we are going to talk about how to bring this changed love into union. And on that note, what I wanted to talk about before I shift into reading the piles is the notion of union. Give me just 1 minute, guys. Okay, I am back. I apologize for that. If you're new to the channel, I do have 3 animals that are our kind of theme animals, or our mascots, or whatever, however you want to think about it. We've got Willow, which is the newest member of the family. That's my new puppy. And then we have Bella and Winifred. So let's get back to union. When I heard the question is how to bring this changed love into union, I kind of did a stutter step, and I was like, Spirit, what are we doing here? Like, what is the path here? And what I channeled from this is that union is a state in the connection in which both people have found transcendence beyond the views of others, beliefs of others, and have found harmony and flow within themselves and each other. You can be in the connection and working on getting to a state of union. In fact, that is one of the deepest connections there is. It is easy to leave when things get hard, but when you know the love is true and meant to be, when you know it is the right person for you, that's when all your beliefs in love get challenged, and staying is hard, but leaving is impossible. So in that sense, I want you to think, even if you're in a relationship, we want to look at how to bring you guys into union, how to bring you guys into a harmonic state together. And I apologize for the camera continually getting moved. I had to actually adjust the stand for my camera in order to be able to cover more space on my desk area for this reading. So with all that said, I want you to take some time with these piles. I'm going to leave the background noise on, which is just summer night background noise that I've got on my noise machine. And I want you guys to really breathe deeply in and out. Get in touch with your guides, but more than anything, get in touch with your heart and let your heart lead you to your pile. Everything that we're talking about here is meant to reawaken this awareness of the love that you have in your life, the love that you held at one point, whether it feels lost or not, and to remind you of the essence of who you are, which is a loving being, and to help infuse that into your connection more as you move forward from this. So go ahead and spend a little bit of time with the cards, and I will see you at your piles. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the first pile and the koala card or the protect card, this is your message all about your connection. So the first thing I want to talk about is the energy that I had that first came in with your pile. The first thing that I got was September through December. So you may have met each other September through December. That may be an anniversary date for you guys. It may be when you got married or when you started a relationship. There may be some significance during those months, September, October, November, and December. There's a very wintry vibe. And I know for most people that actually is more of a fall energy. Where I'm from in North Dakota, we tend to get pretty chilly pretty early. So November, December feels very, very winter to me. It's just a kind of natural energy that I'm used to. So there is this energy of winter with you guys, but I was hearing September and the month of December. So that either one of those may be very significant to you. One or more of you may be a parent. You may have had children prior to coming into connection. You may have found that you had children through this connection as well. That's coming in, especially with the koala card. But with the koala card, it talks about protection. And it talks about caregiver energy. But it also talks about, in the shadow side, someone who promises to protect and to love and to nurture, and then does not follow up with actions based off of their words. That may have been an earlier state with your connection. That's something I'm getting really strongly. I'm also feeling almost as though there were some protective walls around each one of you that have really, really taken a lot of work and a lot of focus and diligence and determination and intimacy and vulnerability in order to break down. And you may be in the middle of this process right now, is kind of how it's feeling to me and what I'm hearing from Spirit. And that's okay. Take this as your confirmation that it will come. It will fall. Those walls, those barriers that you know that you need to take down, or someone else, the other person in this connection is maintaining, those will come down as long as you believe in it and as long as you, I'm hearing, set the tone or set the precedence for it. All right, so we have person A over here and person B over here. So you may find that you resonate with the energies of each one of them, with both of them. That can happen a lot of times in connections. Or you may feel as though you resonate with one and the other one doesn't sound at all like anybody that you're connected to. That can happen if there is, if you're on the brink of a massive transformation within your connection and this person is the one doing the transformation. This may be incoming energy. Alternately, it could indicate that this is somebody else within your energy field that you're not aware of quite yet, and Spirit wants you to be aware of it. It's going to differ for each and every one of you. So I want to urge you to please use your maximum level of discernment with these readings. And remember that your heart will always know beyond what your mind will tell you. Your mind is not your enemy. It just wants to protect you, but your heart will always know the truth, and please trust in your heart. So we're going to take a look at person A first, and I'm just going to pull all of their oracle cards and then we'll talk about it. So we have the card 7 of, I want to say it's 7 of Spirit, and choose your battles. Okay. The card, the Tear. This is an archetype card. 52, which also reduces to a 7. And then we have, wow, the golden egg. Wow. I love how these are so similar because inside of the Tear, you literally have what looks like the golden egg. And you can see here, there's these colorings that just kind of start blending together. That's so beautiful. We have the card 23 with Golden Palace. See, this is a 5 card. All right, we're going to go to this side. The card 17 with Ghostlands. Okay. Things are making a bit more sense. Child and Wounded. The light attributes awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness, and the shadow attributes blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. And finally, we have Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Okay, so if you notice here, we have a lot of blended energies, blended coloring here. However, there's blended pieces of it, but each one is still separate from the other. You may this person may have a lot of family members that they go to. They may have older siblings, older brothers in particular, or younger brothers, just somebody more on a masculine energy. This doesn't have to be gender. It's not meant to be gender specific, but I am picking up a lot of like brotherly energy. So this may actually be somebody who was also a very good friend of yours. And because they are such a good friend, you are having a hard time opening yourself up to the love that you guys had before. With this child wounded and this friendship, this could be somebody from your childhood, a childhood friend in which you both went through very similar situations and went your own separate ways and then came back together. And when you came back together, I'm almost seeing this progression here between the Ghostlands and then moving over to the Golden Palace, and Choose Your Battles and then moving over to the Golden Egg. It's like this progression from when you two came back together shows me that this person has really done a lot in changing. See, here's a funny thing that Spirit is doing in this reading is I actually intended to split them up to see where they started and where they ended up. And now I'm actually being shown how to split this. So these three cards right here are the energy of how they were when they came into union with you. This is the energy of how they are advancing or changing. And this is the energy of that kind of inciting moment for them. Now, remember, if this sounds like you, it could be your energy as well. But this is where the energy started, and this is where we're going to progress to. So we're going to leave these here. And on that note, I'm just going to pull these first three. We've got the card 3 with nurture. I love how much this really reflects this protect card. And then we have the card 9 with Stormfields, and it's in reverse. And I don't normally take these in reverse, but Spirit wouldn't have it in reverse if it wasn't meant to be. And then we have the card Mother. Wow. All right. Light attributes are nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. Shadow attributes, smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. I want to finish taking a look at the cards. Yeah. The card, the Lover. That's the archetype card. And look, we have this pearl here. And we almost have the same pearl here. I love how reflective these two piles are. And this one is 17 and this one is 17 as well. So there is a lot of mirroring going on in your guys' energy. I can feel that very strongly. Then we have the Scorpion, which doesn't surprise me because this protect card actually mentions the Scorpion. We have discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Yeah, I mentioned diligence with you guys. That's for sure. And then 26 with deep freeze. Okay, so right now, one of you is in a state of, I need to be hyper protective of myself and my energy. I need to finish this. And so any notion of love has been kind of put on the back burner. And the reason for that is because it was a very chaotic beginning between you and your person. That is something I'm seeing so very strongly. It's almost as though you and your person came together in a state in which one of you was trying to take care of yourself and likely children, because that's coming, that's coming through very strongly with this nurture, the Mother, the protect card. Some of you may have been recently divorced, but the way that you came together with this person is almost as though they were teaching you this choose your battles. It's like they were walking you through something that you weren't necessarily aware that you needed to have walked through. Alternately, you guys might have connected to each other during Gemini or Cancer season, just because I'm seeing that here. That would be April late April to late July. So either one of those two, September to December or late April to late July, those time frames may be significant for you. I know that's kind of like a huge chunk of the year, but it's like half the year, but split in two. Anyway, so what I'm really seeing, Person A had a lot of people speaking in their ear. They had a lot of people talking to them. They had a lot of people kind of wagering bets or weighing in their own opinions, their own beliefs, and really like all the people that were in there just saying what they were saying to Person A over here really kept bringing up the past, bringing up these wounds, bringing up this awareness. And it all had to do with this connection, because sometimes, and I'm speaking from experience, this actually happened with me and one of my best friends, Hope, where we came together and it seemed like no one in our friend group wanted us to be friends. And so it was literally like everybody in our friend group was telling each one of us something separate about the other person. And we never really found the time to sit down and get to the same page until there was an inciting incident. Anyway, my point here is sometimes all the other people in your life are going to see something magical, something mystical, something that's absolutely meant to be in your life. And they're not going to want you to have that, because in that sense, they actually will end up feeling as though they're going to be alone. Don't beat yourself up if there was a moment in which you realized that all the people surrounding you, or if Person A realized that all the people surrounding them had been saying the things that they thought were there because it was a friendship thing and they were trying to help. No, that it doesn't make you wrong. It means that you have to learn to choose your battles. So Person A had to go through this time frame in which they may have felt very cold, very distant, because they were learning what battles to wage within themselves, what battles to wage outside of themselves, what battles were theirs to wage, and what battles were someone else's to wage. And that's a very hard thing to do when they have a wounded inner child. Because a wounded inner child, which is what I'm picking up very strongly with Person A, a wounded inner child is not able to see their wounding. They see the world through the lens of the wounding, but they don't see the wounding that they carry with them. But if it helps, and I'm going to do this because I want to take these cards and just kind of put them like this here so you know. This is how it started. Okay. And here. So this is how it started for you too. But then you come in and it's like something happened. And what happened was literally this person realized that this person, so Person B realized that Person A was moving through wound patterns from childhood. And instead of trying to fix it, instead of trying to nurture it, what they did was they separated. I'm getting this sense of separation. Please bear with me. Person B may have stepped away knowing that this is who they're meant to be with, but they may have stepped away out of this need to protect themselves. And it's a need to protect themselves from kind of getting into this chaotic state over trying to take care of somebody else who is in a wounded state. And so this person almost feels as though this Person B has gone from the most warm and loving person to being kind of standoffish and kind of cold-hearted. And it's not that this person has changed entirely. It's that this person is in a self-protection state of being. And this feels very spirit guided. So please understand, this does not feel like a bad thing. And the reason why is because right now, person A is working to become friends with their heart. When you're in this kind of ghost land state and you're in this wounded child state and everybody is saying something to you in different ways, if your heart is saying one thing, your emotions are saying another, and your mind is saying a third thing, and you're torn up and wounded and you can't see beyond the pain, you can feel as though your heart has no say in your life. Right now, I'm getting so strongly that person A is learning how to nurture and open their heart, how to recognize the beauty and the wonder that they have within, and how to be their own friend, how to really be the friend to their heart. And when they do that, what I'm seeing is this energy is going to help soften this energy and help bring them together, but it's going to be done through some sort of emotional release. So person A, you may feel as though you are going through the ringer. If you are person A watching this, I feel like in a big way, a lot of you are person A and you feel like you've been through the emotional ringer, but you're learning how to hear the truest nature of who you are and what you're here for versus listening to anyone else. Now, person B, and it feels very much like person B is your person. Person B is not in a state of feeling this way towards you. They're this way because life has happened. Spirit has put them behind some sort of kind of like shield or cloak or protection level because it's time for this separation while you guys are together so that you guys can come back together. Did you guys see that light orb? It was just down here. This has been happening a lot for me. So if it's been happening a lot for you guys, just know that you're not alone. They are moving literally everywhere all the time. All right. But this second person, person B, is in this state because they are truly, truly the one who is meant to help love and nurture and protect this beautiful connection that you guys have. But person A, you need to have some sort of breakdown. Even though this is called the tear, I'm hearing tear. It's like this tearing, like a tearing of a cloth or tearing of the walls or tearing of something. Something needs to be torn down. Some structure internally needs to be torn down first for you to understand that all this calm and peace that you find with this person or that you used to find with this person that seems to have just kind of frozen and disappeared is there because it's time for you to learn to love and nurture yourself, to calm the storm for yourself. And once you tear down the structures that you guys are too different and too oppositional, that's when you guys are going to be able to come back together in a very harmonious state. All right, so I'm going to transition here. We're going to clean this stuff up, and then I'm going to grab some tarot cards so we can talk about how this energy has really changed. All right, so spirit and spirit guides for pile 1 with the protect card. Can you show me how this coming together and transition has helped shape and change this connection? Okay. We got 1. We have the 8 of Wands. Wow, rapid change. Really rapid change. A lot of magical change here. And then we've got the Empress. We've got that nurture card again. All right, and that's for person A. So person B. Let me get person B's energy, spirit, person B. Oh, thank you. Okay, I want it like that. So we've got the Magician and the Three of Swords. Yeah. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this has felt a lot like it has taken a very long time. Person B is learning how to take their pain and their heartache and the chaos and the mayhem within that they are able to calm for everybody else, but not for themselves. For person B, they're learning how to take all of that and bring it back together and learn how to make it into a resource for themselves. Now, person A, you've actually, it's almost like you guys have flipped the script, because you now have this nurturing energy, this Empress energy, and you have like very rapidly shifted yourself into this very loving, very nurturing, very giving, very caring state. And I'm looking at this, and you can actually see on her face this happiness and joy and comfort level versus a very, very deep and intense level with this Magician. So person A, you've really learned how to take the reins for what person B had been doing for you, because it's time for you to be able to do that for them. So this is where I said, like, there's this huge reflection principle. And when we're talking about the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is actually the progression of this protection energy. So when you guys came together, it very much feels like person B was trying to nurture and to protect anything and everything of person A. Person B really wanted and still does want and desire to take care of person A. And I don't mean this in like a, you know, I'm going to take care of you and we're not going to, like, I don't, it's not in a sense of like a dominance thing. This is this genuine nature of let me nurture you and you nurture me. Let us work together. Let us build together. There is this genuine essence here. However, in a big way, pile one, your energy is the reason why this reading needed to happen, because you're at a state where it feels like everything has taken forever. In order for you to heal yourself, now you have to go through this whole healing battle with somebody else. And are you really prepared? And are you really ready for that? And Spirit's saying, yes, it's been a long time coming, but you know what? You have really rapidly changed into this strong, independent, feminine energy, this strong, nurturing energy. You have really shifted into this energy. And now there is this clear, defined feminine energy, masculine energy. And I almost feel as though the feminine, whoever identifies the most with the feminine energy in this connection, that feels almost like it's a recent energy that they have stepped into. It's like you guys have flip-flopped. You guys are literally doing things in ways that when you're done, it's going to make so much more sense. And it's going to really shine out into the world and teach others how to really work together, how to nurture each other, how to protect each other, how to love each other. It's like you guys have this like nearly extinct kind of love. And Spirit is doing anything and everything in Spirit's power, and your guides and your angels and archangels and ascended masters. Like there's whole teams doing everything within their power to keep you two together, to help you guys work through this. And you are, whoever is person A, I keep wanting to say you because it feels like you as the viewer is 100% person A. You understand this. And you know this, and so you've learned how to work with this and work through this. And on this side, we have this person who is learning how to take all the things that have hurt them, that have plagued them, that have felt like chaos and mayhem, and turning it into this inspirational energy, this awareness, this means of creating more and using it as a resource for building, for healing, for growing. So person A, we have spirit guide. Oh, has anybody ever told you that you're like a walking spirit guide? You may be very much a spirit guide to the person that you're thinking of in this connection, person A. And again, we have this mirroring principle here with this spirit guide energy. So you are, maybe some of you are Virgos or have strong Virgo placements. That doesn't have to be the case for this to resonate, but sun, moon, rising, more so rising than anything else is what I'm picking up. Rising and moon energy, because Virgo to me is always that reflector. They're the mirrors of the zodiac. But this person B is really learning how to take all of this energy, these pains, these wounds, this confusion, this chaos, and get to work, get to understanding how to flow and cleanse them all, how to work with them. Yeah, look, transformation. That's so beautiful. And on the back, we have willpower and family. See, that's a very strong indicator. I apologize. I just hit my microphone. I did not mean to do that. So yeah, and we've got the earth and the moon. And this is actually a signal or a symbol that symbolizes the earth. And I was going to mention it, and of course I didn't. So pile 2 or pile 1. Wow. Ooh, I apologize. You may actually have some messages in pile 2 as well. That's unusual. Let's get just a little bit more. We have unleash your kindest self, first quarter moon in Capricorn. And that's really what I feel like you're doing with you having shifted. Oh, that one. We almost had one. Okay. It says new moon in Cancer, relax. Relax, go to it when you want to go through it. Okay, I'm not going to continue that because that can be taken the wrong way. And then it says full moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life. And what did I say about Gemini and Cancer season and Capricorn? Actually, and then full moon in Aquarius, be real. Actually, all the seasons that I mentioned aside from Aquarius, Cancer, Gemini, Capricorn, these may be significant signs for you, significant placements for you, significant time frames. Capricorn starts at the end of December, December 21st, and runs through into January. And then we cover Gemini and Cancer. But what I'm seeing here is person A, you are literally unlocking every soft, flowing, divine feminine, take care energy because it's that time for you. You may have been in that divine masculine of go, 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 heal, heal, heal. And now you're in this state of taking a break, taking a rest, reflecting back to other people as this guide, as this beautiful, beautiful guide, and showing everybody exactly how loving and nurturing and kind you can be towards yourself and towards others. With person B, you're learning how to relax into the transformation of all of these things. And trust me when I say, if you are person B, or if you are watching this with person B, or if you're watching this for person B, know that this is not an easy thing for them to do. So when they seem relaxed, it is taking everything they have to do this because they are in the midst of some deep, deep, energetic, emotional, mental transformations within themselves. They may not be sharing that. They may be using every ounce of their willpower to separate their logical mind and their emotional mind as they go through this process because it is something that they need to do. But right now, for this connection, there is an energy, this embrace the flow of life and willpower and Knight of Pentacles. This is saying trust in the divine protection of this connection because it is through your diligence, your willpower, your stubbornness. I'm hearing stubbornness. Your stubbornness and your pure heart and pure belief and pure faith. 100% that this is moving in the direction it needs to move. And take heart in that this is the connection for you. This is transforming in the way that it is meant to transform. So I'm just going to get a few mindful messages, something that you guys can work on as you come into any kind of conflict in your relationship. This is something you can do on your own, but it's also something that you can do with your person. So it says self-appreciation. I will find a moment throughout the day that I can dedicate to myself. Find a comfortable space and bring a pen and paper. I will write a letter of appreciation to myself where I will pour love into who I am and all that I do. And that very much feels like something that you're learning if you are person A. But this is something that you can actually teach person B how to do as well. This feels like something that would really help you guys both. And see, person B, we have it's not personal. People's reactions or opinions of me are really not about me at all. People tend to project their own insecurities or fears onto one another. So when someone speaks unkindly to me, I'll remember they have something going on that has nothing to do with me. This is something, and this is one of the 4 agreements. Take nothing personally. And it's one of the hardest agreements to stand with. However, that may be a really good book for you to read as well. But understand with this, it's not personal. With person B, it's genuinely not personal. They're not ignoring you. They're not being hard and standoffish, or they're not feeling cold towards you because you did anything wrong, because you are wrong, because this relationship is wrong, because this connection is wrong. That's not the case. They're doing that because what they are going through internally is such a huge, huge transformational moment. And it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of diligence and determination to just keep going forward. That level of discipline that it takes is very Capricorn energy. And Capricorn and Cancer, we've got Capricorn and Cancer on opposite ends. Those are actually oppositional energies. They are directly across from each other. So this does feel so very much like counterpart energy. And then we have casting spells. The words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe I attract more of. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude. Now when I speak to others through my words, I am casting beautiful spells. I absolutely love that for you guys, because this is literally saying what you guys can work on together is understanding that there are some moments in life in which you aren't going to be on the same level. You're not going to see eye to eye 100% of the time, but learning how to appreciate yourself, learning how to nurture yourself, learning how to take care of yourself completely, and knowing that you can speak life into your connection. You can speak life into yourself. You can speak life into your partner. You can speak life into anything. That is the essence of casting spells. So we're going to get just a few questions here in closing. So can we get some empowering questions? These are questions you can ask yourself. These are questions that you can sit down with your person and ask. Absolutely. What are my best qualities? It's a good technique in order to bridge the gap of communication between you guys, especially when it feels kind of disjointed, and that is how it feels here. It doesn't feel completely disjointed. It just feels a little bit like there's this need to kind of settle into each other again. What kind of feelings am I feeling right now? What kinds of metaphors can I find to describe my feelings? We have a solar plexus here and the heart chakra, and then crown chakra. What does happiness mean to me? So these are really great questions for you and your person to sit down with. Ask yourself these questions, but then ask your person these questions. Because what that's going to do is really help to open your eyes and illuminate to you ways in which you can pickle that watermelon rind. If you missed my intro, go back and check out what I'm talking about. But it's really a way of softening those boundaries and those walls that you hold towards the other person or in reference to the other person or even just other people in the world. This is really a great way to help you guys learn how to communicate together in a significantly better way. What does happiness mean to you? What are your best qualities? What do you think your best qualities are? And then what does your partner think your best qualities are? These are great, just work together techniques to open your eyes and your person's eyes to the magnitude and to the similarities that you guys have internally and within your life. Sometimes the hardest thing to do in connections is to open that door to communication. So these questions can really help do that for you moving forward. Okay, pile 1. I am not seeing anything else for you guys. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for the energy of your person. It's been amazing. I want to say thank you so much to your guides and my guides for connecting the energies, for bringing forth these messages, this awareness, this connection for the collective of pile 1. And Spirit, thank you so much for asking me to do this reading and for helping give me the strength and the courage to step out of my comfort zone and do a reading like this. It truly does make me feel very happy that I have you there with me and with the collective throughout all of this. If this resonated, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And down in the comment section below, I want you to give me a metaphor for emotions. I want to know what kind of metaphors you like to use. And this will help get your mind going for that connection. All right, pile 1s, I love you guys so much. Thank you again for being here, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the second card, the Joy with the dragonfly, this is your message, which is all about what you need to know about your connection and how to bring it into union, really. So these cards right here are going to denote person A at the beginning of the connection, and these are going to denote person B at the beginning of the connection. And then these are going to be, these out on the outsides are going to be person A and B now. And these are the progression points. Before we even get into the cards, I want to talk about this Joy card and the energy that is your connection. Because pile 2, your connection is the kind that makes, what I just heard is, it's the kind of connection that makes a girl go giddy. So I'm sitting here, and as soon as I finished filming pile 1, as soon as I started getting ready for your pile, I just kept hearing the same line over and over and over again in my head from a song by the Temptations, and it's called, let me pull it up here because I had to Google it. It's called I Can't Get Next to You by the Temptations. So here you go. Let's see if you can. That's the name of the song. And it actually was the lyrics right here. I can turn the grayest sky blue. I can make it rain whenever I want it to. Oh, I can build a castle from a grain of sand. I can make a ship sail high on dry land. That is the energy of this connection. This connection is the connection that defies odds. This connection is the one that makes you giggle. And the song from the Temptations is actually a song that is in a movie called Elizabethtown. It's with Kirsten Dunst and Orlando Bloom. And she said, Kirsten Dunst's character in that, her character's name is Claire, and she says something. She says, we're the substitute people. You don't ever end up with a substitute person. And it's kind of like you and your person, you and whoever it is you're thinking about in this connection, both believed yourself to be the substitute people in your other connection. So the substitute person is the person that you stay with until you find the person you're meant to be with. It's the person that you have fun with, but not the person you commit to. And it's like you and your person both believe that you are substitute people, and then you came together and you realized that you really are genuinely the main characters. You're not a substitute person. You are the person. And this person also realized the same thing. And that's what I get from this joy connection. Like, you guys started in a place where you both believe the same thing about yourselves. But when you came together, being together changed the way that you perceived yourself. It's like this connection opened up every different possibility, every different avenue and potential within you. And that is the essence of the dragonfly. A dragonfly can fly 6 different ways. It can fly forward and backwards. It can go side to side, and it can go up and down. So a dragonfly can go in 6 different directions. It has unlimited possibility in being able to fly. You can fly in so many different possibilities simply because you're in this connection, and it makes you understand that you are never the substitute person. Now, the other thing that I got with your pile is this. This is a pluot. It is a plum and an apricot blended together. Now, these are 2 of my favorite fruits blended together. And that's something that I got with your pile a lot. Caracaras, which are oranges and grapefruits blended together. You guys are this beautiful harmony of 2 different things that shouldn't be able to blend together, but do. It's like the essence of my dog Willow. My dog Willow, she's a Corgi German Shepherd breed as her mom, and her dad was a mini husky, so a miniature dachshund and a husky mix. So she's all 4 of these breeds together, and she's beautiful. She's got the look of a German Shepherd and the attitude of a husky and the bubble butt of the Corgi, and she burrows and snuggles just like a dachshund does. She's all 4 of these breeds blended together into this beautiful harmonic creature. And they're all of my favorite breeds, mind you. But that is the essence of this connection. You take all of the favorite pieces of who each one of you were that made you believe that you were the substitute people, and you blended them together into this beautiful, beautiful thing, this creation of joyfulness and happiness and love. And you literally, whenever you guys are with each other, have the ability to turn the grayest sky blue. You have the ability to sail high on dry lands. You have the ability to defy any and every odd and to do anything and everything you want to do, because you realize that neither one of you have ever been a substitute person. You have always been created and meant to be exactly who you are in order to come into this union with this person as each other, as your whole and genuine selves. So let's take a look. And if I'm talking about the energy of person A and it sounds like you, or I'm talking about the energy of person B and it sounds like you, or they both sound like you, just understand that this is because you are very similar, or because you guys mirror each other. If neither one of these sound like you, I advise you to please go and check another pile. If this connection doesn't sound like you, because it's a very specific feeling of a connection, I advise you to please go and check for another pile. So let's take a look here. This is going to be person A and person B. So person A, The energy when you first came together is the card 14 with balance. I love that. See, even that is blending together. And then we have Judge, light attributes, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. And the shadow attributes are offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Balance is a huge, huge, huge theme here with person A. And then 45 with sad embrace. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. I'll get into it, but I want to look at person B first. So then person B, we have observe in reverse with the card 12. And then we have the card 34 with spark. And visionary, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. And shadow attributes, selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about person A. Person A, when you guys came together, person A was in the midst of learning how to really embrace being alone, learning how to embrace being in the world in a different way. Person A may have just recently been through a breakup. I'm getting that energy a lot. May have been through a divorce, or alternately may have just been through some sort of massive legal upheaval in their life. And at the same time, what I'm feeling is person A, when you guys came into this connection, person A was so stuck on moments in the past where they felt as though they had been judged and condemned and afraid that there was nothing and no one in the world that could ever seek to harmonize with them, that they were on this journey to find inner balance because they had realized that their entire outside world, their entire life had become completely and utterly out of balance, out of harmony, out of whack, is what I just heard, just out of whack. So everything just seemed to be going wrong. And no matter how many times there was this calling, person A struggled really, really, really firmly with being able to find some inner sense of peace and inner sense of balance, because this sadness was, the sad embrace card seems so prominent. It's like the sadness had infiltrated every aspect of person A's life. No matter what it was, the situation, everything that person A perceived of the world came from a state of everything will bring sadness. And that is that substitute person energy again coming through. Now, person B, on the other hand, person B really genuinely was someone who could see everyone else, but not see themselves. And when they came into this connection, what they saw was not something within themselves, which was what was meant to happen. But what they saw was a reflection of themselves in the other person. They just didn't realize that they were seeing their own potential, their own spark, their own creative nature within this person, person A, when they came into this union or when they came into this relationship. So, whereas person A was struggling a lot with sadness, person B was really struggling with seeing outside of oneself as being a reflection of their inner world. So they were having a lot of trouble truly observing themselves. This is amazing. So I want to see the progression of it. So what changed? All right. So person A, what changed was the empty room. And person B was the sword. So for person A, what changed with this empty room is a clearing of the clutter. You know, the empty room card talks a lot about this place within our psyche that we go to and we realize that it's just this empty space. It's kind of like the void space. But in truth, when you think about the empty room, I actually think back to my Shifting Realities video, and I will link that down in the description box below if anybody is interested in watching that. But with that video, it's me taking you into your subconscious mind and helping you clear the clutter of some sort of room in your house, that room that stands for something. It means something within your subconscious mind, whether it means something about intimacy or love or balance or grounding or protection or safety, whatever it is, that's what that whole reading was about. And that's really the energy, again, that I'm getting from this empty room, and especially with the sad embrace and the Judge card, because the Judge card arguably could have been flipped upside down, except that with these cards, I prefer to be able to read both the light and the shadow attributes, knowing that the likelihood is that you were seeing both attributes during the connection for both of these. For both person A and person B, you are seeing both the light and the dark, or the light and the shadow attributes, because that's how it works. So in this connection in particular, with this empty room, it's like person A really wanted to go and get into their own mind to find out where it is that this sadness was coming from, so that they could bring it into us a deeper sense of balance. Like that feels so very much like when this connection came in, it literally was like this person that you looked at sparked something, and you can even see the spark down here. So you both sparked something for each other, but person B definitely sparked person A to go and to empty out their own mind. And person B really, like, I can see you guys working so harmoniously together in a way that, like, you guys are like best friends, but lovers is the energy that this is. So person B is the one that took the sword, and it's like the sword of truth. It's like Excalibur. You literally removed the sword from whatever blockage it was for person A. The changes that I'm seeing here for both of you already starting to unfold are literally changes that you did for each other by coming together. But it's not that you did, like, person A did not change person B, and person B did not change person A. You changed yourselves for the sake of being able to finally see yourselves. It's just that each of you were a catalyst for the other. So let's see how it's been progressed. So we have Cobra, the card 28 with movement, and denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. I love that. I love this. Don't worry about the denial card. And as you can see, the Cobra and denial are right here. Look how well they balance and flow with the coloring. And they even match the sword up on top and the spark and visionary. Can you, like, this is incredible to me because the coloring is exactly right. So then we have health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. The card 43 with details. Look, 34 and 43. It's literally mirroring energy. And then this one goes from a reduced down to a 9 to reduces down to a 10. So we've got great progression here. And even this, 14 reduces to a 5, and this is 42, which reduces to a 6. So 5, 6, 9, 10. It's this progressive growth here. And on this side, you have this flip-flopped energy. And the hummingbird. Why am I not surprised to see the hummingbird? Let me tell you, because as soon as I saw the dragonfly, my first thought was the hummingbird. All right. And even when I was looking at the definition of the dragonfly card, I did see the hummingbird come up on there too. Okay. So person A, you are shifting, and I say you because I feel like a lot of who is watching these are my person A's. So you are shifting into being this Cobra. The Cobra talks about being the spiritual teacher or being the leader, being this motivator. And that's why you had to empty the room. You had to learn to understand what part of you felt so sad, that what part of you felt like the substitute person, so that you could actually step into the main character energy. Because what you needed to do was realize that the sadness was actually creating an internal denial of the amazing person that you are. This happened, all of this happened because you and this person came together and acted as catalysts of change for each other. So, whereas see here with you, person A, you have now stepped into this understanding of perceptions, mindsets, ways in which our minds can trick us, and how to clear out the clutter of that. You now know how to help someone move beyond denial, beyond fear, and shift into this awareness. And you have done that. And as you do that, you're actually helping your person B, take this observe card and flip it upright so your person becomes more observant of themselves and themselves in the world. But not just that. You have health and you have the hummingbird, which represents vitality and energy and movement and flow. So this is telling me that as you, person A, come more into this awareness of the connection of your own emotions to your mentality to your possibilities, and you bring this all into balance and into a state of equilibrium within yourself, you actually spark these pieces that have been sparked within you. So spark, visionary, the sword, hummingbird, health, all of these pieces have already been ignited within you, person A. And because of that, you're now taking this awareness of how to move beyond denial, this understanding of how to be the leader in your life, how to clear the clutter from your mind, how to overcome your sadness, how to balance your energies out, and you're bringing it forth into person B's awareness. Now, person B, the one thing that I'm seeing needs to be done is this observationary nature of I can see anything and everyone outside of myself and be very perceptive to all of that is now needing to be turned inward. And that's what's going to happen here. The more that you guys meld and flow together, because this relationship has the ability to go in every and any different direction imaginable. You know how to circumvent the things. And remember when I said you defy odds? That's literally the hummingbird. The hummingbird energy is always the energy that defies odds. It's the energy that doesn't quit, always keeps going, lives off of the joy and the nectar of life, the juiciness, the sweetness, the happiness, just the best parts imaginable as this vibrantly beautiful creature that is so rare to be able to actually catch like a snapshot of, because they move so quickly, so rapidly. It's kind of like catching a dragonfly in flight. It's hard to do that, but you can do it. You're both learning together so many things, but one of you is very much within the mindset and the other one is very much within their body right now. And you're learning how to bring those two together into a balanced state. And that is such a beautiful thing. So I'm going to transition the video here, and we're going to get just some additional insights into coming into union, coming into harmony, just kind of the progress moving forward. All right. So spirit and spirit guides for pile 2. What more do I need to know? Wow, we just had a bunch. Okay, so we have the Star and the Emperor and the 8 of Swords. And then we had the 8 of Pentacles. Let me move these. The Empress and the 3 of Pentacles. And for both of you, we have the 6 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, wow, the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. First of all, 8s, 3s, 5s, 7s are very, very prominent here. Yeah, 8, 3, 5, 7. Some of you may be born in the 5th month, born in the 7th month, born in the 8th or the 3rd month. That would be March. And then what did I say? The 5th month would be May, July, and August are the months. 83, 53, 57, 87, 78, any variation of that, any of those numbers may be prominent. But 3s are those energies of divinity, of the Trinity, of coming together. But here's the thing. We've got the Star, the Emperor, and the 8 of Swords on one side. And on the other side, we have the 8 of Pentacles, the Empress, and the 3 of Pentacles. I told you one of you was more in your mind, and the other one is far more in the physical. Person B, you are far more in the physical. Person A, you are far more in your mind. But if you look, what you guys are both working on here together, and you're both working on this like higher level commitment to each other, but also to the things and the places and the people and whatever in your world. But you've got the Star, the Emperor, the 8 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. And honestly, I actually want to do this because that feels much better. Okay. All right. And then you have the 8 of Pentacles, the Empress, the 3 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. Okay. First things first, I want to look at these two. So if you look at the Star and you look at the Empress, they look exactly the same, except one of them is far tamer or more within the physical world and the physical luxuries, and the other one is more animalistic or natural. So person B has been really, really working on the physical world. And what I'm actually seeing is they're working on the physical world in order to help person A understand that the dreams and the wishes and the hopes and everything that they have for themselves, but for their life and for the lives of everyone is 100% possible. It's like person B would go to the ends of the earth for person A. I'm hearing I would slay any dragon. I would charge any castle. It's like person B will do anything and everything they have to do in this world to make person A's dreams come true. And person A, the only thing holding you back is your awareness that you are capable of doing that. Now, that all being said, it stands to reason, and I am hoping that you actually see why I say this, that if you believe in twin flames, and twin flame journeys are not a walk in the park. They are not an easy journey. They are not something to bat your eyes at. They're not like candy canes and roses and puppies. They are have every piece of you triggered so that you have to empty yourself of every wound and every trauma, and you have to go against the grain of what everybody else says. And you have to understand that at the end of the day, love is what matters. And if love is there, then it's meant moving forward. But a twin flame journey is not an easy journey. So please understand when I am sitting here and saying you are counterparts, you are each other's perfect match, you are twin flames, it's because you have counterpart energy. The more feminine side that I'm picking up, naturally feminine side, divine feminine, is person A. The more naturally divine masculine is person B. And you guys are mirroring this to each other. because person B is mirroring a divine feminine energy and person A is mirroring a divine masculine energy, and you're mirroring it to each other so that you both understand the different essences and the different natures of yourselves and of each other. And that's such a rare thing to find in a connection. And because it is such a rare thing to find in a connection, that means that this connection is one which has been tried and challenged, and you have had to fight for every moment of turning the grayest sky blue. Every single moment you've had to do that. Now, person A, you are shifting out of your mind because you're learning how to break free of this fear, that denial energy. You're moving out of that, which means that you're moving out of that into a state in which you break free of your lack mentality. Once you break free of your lack mentality, all the things that person B has been sitting here fighting to help you understand and see within yourself of what you're capable of building and what you're capable of bringing in, and all the dreams that you have that you are capable of making into a reality will begin to manifest in rapid succession. And they're the ones that are standing here holding the power. Like, it's not even they're holding the power. They're just holding this awareness for you. It's so beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. You know, we've got such beautiful progressive energy. We've got 3, 4, 5s into a 6, 7s, 8s. And then we had 9 and 10 for person A. We had 9 and 10, and we had mirroring energy over here. And the mirroring energy was still 7s. Person B may be a life path 7. Person A may be a life path 8, 4, or 9. Personal years 6 may be important for person A. Personal year 7 may be important for person B. We have animals. Okay. Person A, we have animals and confidence. Person B, we have fertility and protection. And of course, we've got the Empress. And then in the middle, we have answers. Okay. So to me, what this is saying is person A, when I see animals, what I really get is this essence of connecting to the spiritual realm via animals, via Mother Nature. You're learning to really be confident in yourself, in the gifts that you have. You may be a psychic, like an animal psychic. You may be an animal healer. You may want to be a veterinarian. Alternately, you may just be seeing animals everywhere you go when you're doing something that you know you're supposed to be doing, or you're saying something that you're meant to be saying, anything like that. And all of these animal signs and symbolisms are here to help you be very, very confident in yourself. It's also meant to help you feel that confidence within your relationship and in your connection. Do you see a lot of animals that come in sets of 2? Like I'm hearing 2 turtle doves, 2 rabbits, 2 cats, 2 dogs, 2 birds, things like that, coming in sets of 2. Those are spirit coming forth and being like, yes, you are a pair. Yes, you are a set. Yes, you are twin flames. Yes, you are divine counterparts. Yes, this is right. Yes, this is true. This is how it's meant to be. This fertility and protection, to me, this is saying that for person B especially, whatever it is that they are building, nurturing, creating is in a state of just the utmost fertility. And I'm seeing acorns, and I've never noticed this before, but I'm seeing acorns here and a bluebird or blue jay. That may be significant for you. She does look like she's pregnant in both of these. So there may be a pregnancy for some of you. This is to let you know that there is a pregnancy, if you are looking to get pregnant, or if it is something that you have been both trying for, person A and person B, Spirit is literally saying that if you want to have children, that is a protected path for you. The answers of why it hasn't happened yet, that belongs within you. But Spirit is coming here and saying the answers that you're looking for, they may be in this reading, but they've been within you the whole time. And Spirit really wants you to have that confidence in yourself and in what you're here to create. Now, for person B, person B is in a state of really understanding how to protect their own creativity, but how to help protect the creativity of another person. There's such a nurturing energy, and the beautiful thing about this is there's such a nurturing energy from person B, and person B feels more naturally divine masculine to me. And yet everything screams divine feminine, divine masculine, but it feels almost as if perhaps you've been going to readings and hearing this is the more divine masculine energy, this is the more divine feminine energy, and you may have been trying to label based off of gender or been like, well, I always thought I was this in this connection. And Spirit is like, can you please, can you change the way that you're observing this? So if you thought that you were resonating with person A, you might actually be person B, especially with the fact that I was just shown that observe card upside down. So we have the first quarter moon in Aquarius, and it says trust the universe, and that feels like it needs to be over here. And then full moon, full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. And then the new moon in Aries on the bottom, and it says, go for it. This is telling me very firmly that person A is really coming back down to earth. Person A is really like realizing what is what. Person B, you are in this beautiful flow state. But what you didn't realize is that because you have always felt more divine feminine, you've been in a divine masculine energy. Or because you've always felt more divine masculine, you've been in a divine feminine energy. Whichever person you feel more resonant with, you're actually being represented by the opposite pile. And it's just something that the universe is saying, can you trust me on this? This is your reality check for you to see things from a different perspective. And the answers that you're looking for are literally right here. So it's time to go for it. So this is mindful messages here. And these are just different ways that you can work together with your person to bring in more harmony, more balance, more peace, more love, more communication. So we have, it's not personal. You guys may have been drawn to another pile. I don't want to mention which one, but you may have been drawn to another pile. People's reactions or opinions of me are not really about me at all. People tend to project their own insecurities and fears onto one another. So when someone speaks unkindly to me, I'll remember they have something going on that has nothing to do with me. I'm going to put this over here for person B because it feels very much like person B needs to be aware of that. And then person A, present. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future. Absolutely. And that really is that reality check energy too, is getting back to understanding the present moment. This is what the present is here, right here and right now. And that's coming out of the mental space again and back into the physical, whereas this has been very physical, but very metaphysical at the same time. And then on the back, we have coming my way. Unique opportunities aligned with my desires present themselves to me. I attract all I need to make my dreams a reality. Yeah, once you guys really understand that the answers that you have been seeking exist within you, you understand that this union that you are in is such a joyful, beautiful thing that it's meant to make you feel this way. It's meant to make you feel like you can do anything and create anything and conquer anything. And you guys have both been really diligently working at perfecting the art of being together and trusting each other and trusting yourselves and breaking free of the mentality that you've been in to see things from a much different perspective than what you normally would. And you have all the confidence that you need, and you have all the protection that you need. And in all honesty, I could read both of these as separate people, and I can read them as the same person, because it feels so much like your energies are blended together. Like you two would go to the ends of the earth for each other. And that's such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing, because sometimes you think that that's exactly how these connections are meant to be in our lives, and yet they don't go exactly like that. And that's okay that they don't go that way. But it's important to remember that even if they don't always go that way, it doesn't mean that we're not meant for something that's going to go that way. And this connection that I'm feeling, that I'm seeing here, whether you guys are together right now or not, you may both be on your own journeys, doing your own thing. But that doesn't mean that when you come back together, whether it's in friendship or in partnership, that the feelings that you have and the ways that you guys light up around each other isn't real and isn't true. Trust your hearts on this one, please. So these are empowering questions, and they're just gateways or doorways to greater communication within any given connection or relationship. This one, by the way, guys, feels very much like best friends fall in love energy. This is like the stuff of Hollywood movies. So thank you for being an inspirational relationship for the whole world. Seriously. First, we have, how would I want people to remember me when I'm no longer here? Oh, okay. Am I living according to expectations and dreams of others or my own? How do I distinguish them from each other? What kinds of recurring situations or people do I attract? What kinds of lessons might they have about myself? And then, what is my instinct telling me to do? And on the back of the deck, we have, what are my best qualities? Yeah, some of you definitely were tied to another pile. So these questions are out here. You can ask yourself these questions, but in a big way, these are important questions to not just ask yourself, but to also talk to your person about. So how would I want people to remember me when I'm no longer here? What I always think about is with that, well, usually, always, one of the first thoughts that comes to mind is the TV show Clickbait. It's a limited series on Netflix. And spoilers, if you haven't watched it, I'm just going to put that out there right now. Spoilers. There is a scene in there where the sister who is trying to find her brother says, "We argued the last time we saw each other, and I said these horrible things. What if this is the last thing I'll ever say to him? Are these horrible, awful, terrible things? What if that's the last thing I say to him?" So then the question is how would you want people to remember you when you're no longer here? Now live up to that by just embracing it, embodying it. It's not something that you need to be continually in your head about. Same as, am I living according to the expectations and dreams of others or of my own? And how do you distinguish them from each other? So that's something that even I have struggled with a lot in my life. Like, am I writing my books for me, or am I doing these for other people? Am I sitting here reading because I enjoy it, or am I doing it because I think that this is what I should be doing? No one told me to be a tarot reader. In fact, there were a lot of people who told me not to, namely my family. But it's something that fills me up. It's something that lights me up, that makes me feel alive. It makes me feel joyful. It makes me know that I'm here and I'm doing something important. That's how I know I'm living up to my dreams, my expectations for myself, and not for anybody else. What is it that you're doing in your life that makes you feel the way that I feel right now? These questions. What kinds of recurring situations or people do I attract? And what kinds of lessons might that they have about myself? That again is something, I'm going to use myself as the example just because that's what I keep getting shown. That for sure, one of the bigger things about that is, I kept going through the same kind of friendships over and over and over again. Friends who would use me, friends who would say one thing and then not fulfill what they were saying to me. All of these different things. Friends who would agree to this or that and then drop out of my life. And then I became the friend that just stopped talking to people because it hit a point where I realized that I was meant to prioritize what was right for me, prioritize what it was that I needed in my life instead of what other people needed of me. It came down to me having to see the kinds of patterns of friendships that I was bringing into my life and realize if I don't want that anymore, then I have to stop welcoming it in and I have to find the source of why it's there in the first place. So, pile 2. I hope and pray that this brought you clarity, that this brought you peace, that this helped you understand exactly the kind of connection that you're in, and knowing that this connection is such a beautiful thing. And I am very impressed. I've never experienced energy like this before. I've never done a relationship reading quite like this before. And I am very, very honored to have been able to do this for you. So thank you so much. I want to say thank you to your guides and my guides for facilitating the connection between our energies, for helping facilitate these messages. Spirit, thank you so much for leading me on this path, for giving me the visions necessary and the messages that were important to be able to bring this message and these messages forward for the collective of Pile 2 and for the collective in general. I am always ever so humbled and honored to be here and be your conduit and your channel for others. So thank you very, very much. Pile 2, if this resonated, please hit that like button. Share this out with your family and friends if you feel so inclined. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Down in the comment section below, I want you to tell me what your instinct is saying. Tell me what your instinct said. Why did your instinct bring you to this pick a card reading? I want to know. All right, Pile 2, I love you so much. Thank you so much for your amazing energy and the amazing connection that you're in that really brings hope to the rest of us. You are incredible and I am honored. I love you all. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. If you chose the third card, the Power card, then this is your message. First of all, I want to open this even before I explain what the cards are, person A, person B, all the intent and everything of each of the sets, because I know there's a lot of cards out on the table. I want to open this with, if you are here and you're asking about a connection or a relationship that you are in currently, this is not your pile. This pile is most definitely not the one you're looking for. And I would not normally be this specific. I would normally leave this quite open-ended if I could. However, this is going to be one of those energies and piles in which the inquiry is about someone you are not speaking to, someone you do not want to speak to, and someone in which you just want to know what the hell happened. That is the overwhelming energy that I got from this pile as I started it. And I can tell you definitively with the other two piles, I did not pick anything of this up. So if you are in a loving, committed relationship, if you're in one where there's just a little bit of discord and you're just kind of wondering where to go from here, please, please, please go back to the intro and reselect a pile because this is definitely not for you. If you're here because you are in a state and the energy that I'm picking up right now from the viewer for this specific pile is, I want to put this issue to bed and move on and never do this again kind of energy, this is your pile. So with that said, we have Ram, Aries energy, and the word power. This is one of those piles where the connection had everything to do with power plays, who had power over the other person. However, it is the kind of energy that when you came out of it, you, the viewer, when you came out of it, you understood your worth, your value, what you would and would not accept, and what you wanted moving forward. This was the kind of connection that taught you everything that you needed to know about you and what is right for you and what you will accept moving forward. And it will not be what you were given in this connection. That is 100% what I'm picking up. And the energy of that is one in which I can feel your guides like swelling with pride of, that's my girl, that's my guy, that's my person, that person right there, as in you, viewer. Yeah, you did this on your own. You came to this understanding, this awareness. You rose up, you got out, you moved on. That's the energy I'm picking up from this pile. So we have person A over here and person B over here. These cards here denote the energy when you guys came into connection. This is your turning point energy, and this is the energy that you are now. If you're finding pieces of each person has some resonance with you, understand that these are the pieces that you're working to become more aware of within the connection. If neither one of them sound like you or anyone else that you know, this is not your pile. If this sounds like people that you know and you don't necessarily recognize this, there may be people in your energy in which you're picking up their energy, and Spirit wants you to be aware that you're picking up someone else's energy so that you can extricate yourself from outside energies. That is very, very specific to this pile as well. So you must be empaths and psychics. Absolutely must be. So let's take a look at person A and person B when they first came into this connection. So person A was in their heart chakra. Addict, light attributes, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attributes, compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And then 5 with goblins. Okay. And then person B, we have the card 5 with feeling alone. Yep. I'm seeing card 10 with rock bottom. And shapeshifter, the light attributes, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Shadow attributes, projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. Okay. First of all, we're gonna start with the obvious. The absolute obvious here is this was a karmic connection. 100% karmic connection. Now, person A, who I believe is the viewer here, person A, you were trying to learn how to remove all of the hardships and the betrayal and the pain and the woes and the agony from your heart chakra. The problem is in the moment in which you came into this connection, and I am hearing that you connected to someone who was an Aries. It wasn't, you are not necessarily, you may have Aries placements, absolutely, but I don't feel like you're Aries dominant. I actually feel like you have a lot of water energy, water and air energy, but not on the Aries energy. And there's nothing wrong with Aries energy. Don't get me wrong. Aries is my chart signature. So I absolutely love Aries energy when it's utilized the right way. But I do understand in this situation, in this connection, it was not. So person A, you were being essentially tormented internally from all of the different ways in which you have sought out love, you have sought out friendship, you have sought out connection. Excuse me, I had to yawn. That happens here and there when it is a specific kind of energy. So if you are my friend who always seems to choose my yawning pile, hi, sweetie. Anyway, person A, you literally were in the midst of coming out of addictions, whether you had just gotten beyond, like gotten clean and sober, or whether you had realized that you were welcoming in connections that just weren't right for you. You were learning how to break free of addictions from your heart center. That comes from this awareness of how things and people trigger you. It comes from an awareness of how the past triggers you, but it also comes from an awareness of what it is that makes you seek out connections that aren't healthy for you at any given point in time. Okay, so person A, you were really working on removing these toxic negativity or toxic positivity or just kind of toxic mindset traits that kept you in this cyclical pattern of welcoming in people that just weren't right for you and allowing that to just eat away at your heart space. And that was really the worst addiction you probably had, was that you kept giving and giving and giving to the wrong people. And you were learning how to break yourself free of that at the time in which you came together in this connection, which is why there is this energy still lingering from the connection itself. Now, the person that you came into connection with had already hit rock bottom and they were digging themselves in deeper. They felt alone and they went looking for someone else. But the problem is the energy that I'm getting with this shapeshifter, rock bottom, and feeling alone is straight narcissistic energy. And I am not a licensed professional, but I am telling you that I have studied psychology. I have my online psychotherapist license, and I also am a survivor of a narcissistic empathic relationship. I'm actually a survivor of multiple narcissistic empathic relationships. And it is not an easy energy to recognize in the beginning, because there was, what I am hearing is there was love bombing, there was neediness there, but it was neediness in the sense of praising you, making you feel great, making you feel amazing. And then the person would disappear for days on end, and then they come back and like make you feel all great. But every time they came back and made you feel great, it was they needed more from you. They needed more from you. They needed more from you, until the point where you ended up in this state again, where you were back into this addictive behavior of people pleasing and taking care of somebody else and taking care of their problems, their issues, their sadnesses, their woes, making sure that they didn't feel alone because they were needy on you. And you wanted to make sure that you kept giving to them because you were scared, you were worried, and at the same time, you had that wounding within your heart and your soul from all of the past issues that you had been through. It genuinely is a connection that didn't necessarily have to go the way that it went if it weren't for the fact that this person is truly, I would put my money on them being a covert narcissist, and them either knowing that they are or not realizing that they are as bad as they are. And some of that comes from just a wounded inner child. Some of that comes from a lack of awareness. Some of that just comes from the fact that they don't want to try, and they don't want to care about anybody else but themselves. They want to vilify everyone else. And I'm sorry if that is the situation that you were in. I am so sorry if that's the situation that you were in, because I know how difficult that is. I've had friendships like that. I have had relationships like that. And this is not an energy that you deserved to have to go through, but it is one that helped teach you. I'm sorry, guys. My crystal just wanted me to shift it a little bit. Okay. So let's see what the turning point was. What really brought this to its knees? So we have the card, the ring. That's 57. That's a 12 energy or 3 energy. And then the box. Yeah, I'm not surprised. All right. And I actually want to flip and see where you guys are now. So I'm going to put these here and these here because I really want to take a look at these cards far more prominently. So we've got the vulture. Okay. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And then the card 1 with the bone collector. Ooh, okay. Bear with me, guys, because normally I wouldn't feel the way that I do about these, but I do. All right, then we have the box with doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. 15 with one ring circus. And then hawk. Okay. All right, so here's the shift. This person B, wanted some sort of high-level commitment. Whether this is a friendship, and I am getting friendship with a lot of you, or this was a relationship. They wanted some sort of high level of commitment from you, and they literally offered you some sort of union, harmony, balance. This is not someone you want to be in union with. And that's my opinion. I'm going to tell you that's straight up my opinion. Spirit was like, you can't change someone else's path. And I understand that. And that's something that's really important for you to understand. You can't change someone else's path either. So person A, what changed for you was you felt like you were put into a box. Plain and simple. This person B, and being connected to person B made you feel small, minuscule, unimportant, unseen, unheard. It filled you with doubt and made you feel as though it was up to you to carry every burden and handle every nightmare and every hardship and every sadness and every sorrow and every pain that they carried. And I'm sorry, but that was not your job. That was not your job. And Spirit wants you to know that was not your job. You were not supposed to carry that. It took some time, and I'm seeing that it did. But the more that you got put into this box, the more that you wanted to become like this person on the Addict card and just shove all the edges of the box away so you could break free. And you did. And that's what I'm seeing is you did. You have learned how to elevate yourself up and to realize that the only circus that you need to be handling is you. Your actions and your reactions. And now you know that it's okay. The doubt piece here is what you're finally allowing yourself to work through. Did I make the right decision? Was it the right choice? Was I seeing this person correctly? Is this person better than what I think that they are? Or were they really able to live up to what I saw them and I just didn't give them enough time? There are 1.5 million questions going through my mind when I touch this doubt card, which is why I don't want to do it anymore. Sorry. Sometimes the energies get really overwhelming. So the box, when I touch the box, makes me feel incredibly uncomfortable and almost like I want to peel my skin off, which sounds terrible. But if you have high anxiety, I think you'll understand what I mean. But the Hawk card brings me so much peace because it's like I'm soaring up in the air and nothing can touch me and I don't have to worry about anything. And even with this one ring circus, feels a whole lot better because it's like, okay, this is where I'm meant to be. I'm not going to box myself into doubt anymore. I understand that the choices that I made were the choices I need to make. Now, the shifting point for this one is this person wanted to lock you into something. They wanted to lock you into some sort of connection with them. And here's the thing. The Vulture card is such a great card. The Bone Collector card is a great card. The Gratitude card is a great card. However, in this shapeshifter energy, and I am not going to lie, this is what Spirit is showing me, is this shapeshifter energy was straight up shadow energy. In this shapeshifter energy, this person is going to seem as though they're here to clean up their mess. They have been filled with the gratefulness of, I heard the gratefulness of God, and this is what they want. And please, if you have religious trauma, please understand that I am not referring to the Christian God. I am just using a phrasing that is coming through. I do understand and I do empathize with anybody and everybody who has gone through that, because I myself have gone through it. And it's still hard for me to openly admit that I've been through religious trauma, because I guarantee you, I know people that would be like, no, you haven't. Yes, I have. However, my trauma is not your trauma, and we're not going to get into it. Anyway, with this person B, they're going to put forth this energy that I am so grateful for this life and everything like that. And I'm so grateful for you in my life, and I love you so much. But they're like the circling buzzard is what I'm seeing, the circling buzzard, where you're in the desert and you're trying to survive, and they're just circling around and waiting and waiting and waiting for you to crash so that they can pick apart the pieces and take what they want from you. And that is why this energy of let me offer you this, that when they came into you, when they came in, it made you feel so small. Instead of feeling like, oh, this commitment is going to make me soar, you felt like this commitment was going to take away every ounce of who you are, the progress you've made, the journey that you've been on. It was just going to take it all away. And what I'm seeing with this bone collector is not somebody who has accumulated all this wisdom and know-how and magic within themselves, but I'm seeing somebody who's literally collecting the bones of the people that they pick apart. And so let me tell you, if you're here and wondering why this connection happened or how to overcome this connection, or you just want some sort of information, I'm telling you, the energy that I'm picking up from this connection so very strongly is that this connection happened so you would understand that you're not a victim of anyone, that you are capable of stepping up, standing up for yourself and saying, I will never be put into a box. I do not doubt a single part of myself, and I know my higher power, my wisdom, my grace, my beauty, and I am so damn thankful every day for me recognizing the pieces that I used to beat up on myself and berate myself for, and recognizing that I hold the power to change my mindset and change my life. That's what this connection was teaching you. It may not have taught you in a way that felt very great at the time, but it taught you in the way that you needed to learn. And that's a beautiful thing. You may still be too close to it to see how beautiful it is to realize that this person on this side presented you with as many shiny things as humanly possible. And you, knowing that you have this addictive quality, knowing that you are prone to this torturous nature within your heart, still said, no way, nix, not doing this. That is something to truly, truly hold into your heart and know how amazing you are. So I'm going to clear off, and we're going to get more insight into moving forward. All right, so spirit and spirit guides for pile 3. What can pile 3 do moving forward? Wow, those just popped right out. In the other ones, I actually pulled for both sides, but I feel very strongly as though for my viewers, I just want to help you get beyond this. So we've got the King of Pentacles, the Tower. Oh man, okay. And the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, they definitely destroyed something of yours, didn't they? You know, this is very reminiscent of something that I went through myself. On the back of the deck, we have Temperance, Nine of Cups on this side, and then the Three of Swords. Yeah. Okay, so the reason why I put them where they are is because I can understand this is actually kind of the progression of things between the inner and the outer worlds. So first of all, the very first thing that I'm picking up is this person felt as though they had ultimate control and power over you. They had the control to take from you whatever it was that they wanted to take from you. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Spirit's showing me a past situation that I had gone through in my life. And I had to really work my way through all of the emotions and the energy that went with that, because it was somebody I cared about very deeply, incredibly deeply. I let this person into my house, into my life, into my family. And this person really did truly betray not just me, but my whole family. And when this person betrayed my whole family, it really did change the way in which my world worked. It felt as though everything that I had built, everything that I had worked for had just crumbled all down around me. And I was just utterly powerless to stop it, and powerless to even having seen it coming. And it made me very hesitant to try and rebuild. But here's what Spirit wants you to understand is when you go through something that creates such horrible pain and sadness and really does destroy everything that you have been working at, the best thing that you can do is to take this moment, take this energy, the Tower and the Three of Swords energy, to take that and really turn it into something new. Turn it and blend it into this beautiful harmony of awareness and deeper compassion and deeper empathy for yourself and for others, so that you can rebuild with connections that are truly, truly meant for you. And know that as you do that, all the dreams that you have for your life, those are still there. Those are still possible. Those are still meant to be. And here on the other side, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. I just felt like it needed one more up here. And that means that it may take some time for it, but just keep dreaming. Just keep seeing and visualizing it. I'm literally hearing Dora with just keep swimming, except I'm hearing just keep dreaming, just keep dreaming, just keep dreaming, dream, dream. What do? We dream, dream, dream. Okay, so it's definitely a different take on Dory. Some of you maybe you want to watch a childhood movie like The Sword and the Stone, or actually with you guys, especially I was getting Robin Hood, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory. But we've got compassion. What did I just say? Having more compassion for yourself, having more empathy for yourself. And when you have that, you really do exude that out into the world. Sometimes people are going to come along in our lives and they're going to hurt us in the worst possible ways. And they do that so that we can remember why we love, why we feel, what we're here for, and why we are so unique to this world. Because we have something so unique to this world. We have that love, we have that empathy, we have that compassion, and the world needs to see more of that. And then we've got manifestation. Yeah, this is definitely going to help you understand exactly what your power and your ability to manifest your life into existence in the world. And then we've got well-being. Did this really make you stop and take pause and really learn how to take care of yourself? Because that's what I'm getting here is as soon as you learned how to take care of yourself, you learned that there is a balance between doing and creating and work and play. And it's literally, there are so many things that this one connection taught you about yourself, your place in the world, and what you're here to do. And it literally has changed everything about you in such a beautiful way. We have full moon in Libra and find a balance. Yeah, that's that temperance energy too. New moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. And then first quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. Yeah, you guys, I know that this connection that you had, this connection must have been, It must have been one of the most painful energies, because when I look at Gemini, this is two people brought together. And then I look at Pisces and it's literally like, not going to happen. And Libra is one person is flexible and the other one isn't. And I'm just looking at the symbolism and how it feels. And this is, it literally is, that's how it feels. And then we've got first quarter moon in Capricorn with unleash your kindest self. So this to me is saying that even though you have gone through this connection, what it really was there for in your life, whether it was a friend or a lover or a spouse, or even it could have been a child, a parent-child relationship. It could have been you and your parent. There's a multitude of different ways this could have played out. It could be anyone in your life, but whatever it was somebody who made a power play, somebody who really, really twisted things around in your brain so that you did not see the reality of who this person was. And it really messed up the way that you saw yourself. And Spirit was like, no, now it's time for you to really find a balance, really find self-compassion, self-empathy, really get in touch with how divine you truly are. And now it's time for you to speak your world into being. And then we have the last quarter moon in Virgo and attend to the details. So right now where you're at is just learning how to really get in touch with the finer nuances of what you're creating in your life. And I'm seeing a lot of greens and blues and purples. So this is a lot of higher chakra energy. And all of it is coming because you rooted yourself in compassion. And that's what this connection really taught you, is how to be more compassionate with yourself. So we have conscious focus. What I focus on, I attract more of. Starting with today, I will be more conscious of what I choose to spend time speaking or thinking of. I will do more of the things that bring me joy and see as more of these things begin to effortlessly flow into my life. And then we have casting spells. The words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe, I attract more of. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude. Now, when I speak to others through my words, I am casting beautiful spells. Yes, this is exactly right. This was to break you out of your victim mentality that you were stuck in. And then we have commitment. I am committed to my growth and dreams. I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my fullest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires, I know they have vibrationally manifested and are on their way to me. Oh my gosh. And I'm telling you guys, this in such a huge and beautiful way has really changed how you work in the world. And on the back, we have mirror. And I did shuffle it to get another back of the deck because I knew it wasn't right. It says, in order to change my life outside, I need to change inside. Once I am open to this change, my exterior reality will begin to mirror those new shifts. So with that addict energy, you really were learning how to break yourself free through this connection, through literally walking away from this connection. You were literally learning how to break yourself free of this victim mentality. I just said the word literally a lot. Did some of you watch How I Met Your Mother? That actually popped into my head the other day, and I haven't watched it in forever, but I was thinking about it. Just maybe you just need to watch something that's going to make you laugh. I know that that's actually the reason why I wanted to watch it again, is because it always makes me laugh. It's such a dumb show, but when I said literally, it got me thinking about Robin. So we've got empowering questions. These are just for you to ask yourself. It's going to help you gauge where you're at in regard to moving beyond this connection now. It says, what have been the most defining moments that have helped shape my life? Right there, you guys, Spirit speaks, and when Spirit speaks, Spirit speaks. And Spirit is speaking right here. And I'm going to tell you, I've had crown pressure with this pile in particular, and no other pile like that. But this, absolutely. Sometimes we don't understand that the most defining moments of our lives are the ones that are just us walking away from something, us saying, this is how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it. It's us taking our power back from somebody else, or taking our power back when we have the perception that we've given them to somebody else. It says, what kinds of feelings am I feeling right now? What kinds of metaphors can I find to describe my feelings? And you guys, if you've been watching my channel, you know I'm the metaphor person, because I literally opened this entire reading in the intro with using watermelon as a metaphor for relationships. So how can you find creative ways of expressing how you feel that might help somebody else understand it and move beyond it? It's the same as looking at the symbols here of like Gemini and Pisces and Libra and being like, well, this looks like two people doing this. This looks like two people doing this. This looks like, it's that kind of thing. And then what was I intended to do in this life? And on the back, who or what defines the contents of my life? So here's a truth bomb for you, pile 3, especially with what was I intended to do in this life? Hi, Willow. I'm sorry if you guys could hear Willow. She's in here and like scratching her ear in the most like satisfying way for her. Come here. You want to come say hi to pile 3? Hi, Jade. Come here. Give me one moment, guys. Okay. I sent Jade away and Willow went with her. Jade is my daughter Eliza's dog. Anyway. What was I intended to do in this life? When you guys were focused on this connection, focused on this relationship, focused on this friendship, whatever it was, were you doing what was right for you, or were you doing what they needed you to do? The reason why I said this is a truth bomb is because this relationship falling apart, this connection falling apart was exactly what you needed in order to literally spark and ignite something within you. It said, okay, I need to define what is important to me. I need to look at the moments that have shaped me, and I need to allow myself to do what I was intended or am intended to do in my life. I am here to define what matters in my life. I am here to what I am meant to do in my life. This is you breaking free of anything and everything else that anyone has ever said that you should be doing. If somebody says you need to be doing this, ask yourself why they say that, because the likelihood is that they need to be doing what they're saying and they don't want to face that. What were you intended to do in this life? This connection falling apart, this connection breaking down, this connection coming into your life in the first place was literally one of the most defining connections of your life. And it left you feeling more empowered and more true to who you are, what you're here to do, and your own emotions, your heart, your personal power, your self-empowerment, and the ways that you can help the entire world, as well as your ability to manifest the life and the dreams that you want. That's what this connection brought to you. It brought you your life back. Okay, guys. Say hi to Willow. Hi, Willow. Pile 3. As difficult as I can see this connection has been, as confusing, as painful, as mindfuckery as what I can see you have gone through, and please understand, I 100% know what that's like because I've been there and I've been through it in a multitude of different ways. No matter what kind of mindfuckery you went through, you survived, you overcame. You are here every single day and you are still surviving and moving on, and you are making the most out of everything in a way that people can't even fathom. But if you teach the world how you have done this, It's like that saying, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. If you teach people to do this, to understand this, to recognize this within themselves, within their connections, it's like you have the keys to the kingdom of the truth of whoever we all are. And that's a beautiful thing. So pile 3, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for asking and inquiring into this connection and being open to hearing the truth of it. And thank you for overcoming it. More people like you are needed in the world every single day to fill us with hope, to fill us with magic, to fill us with joy, to fill us with truth, to fill us with light. And you are one of those people. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you to your guides and my guides for facilitating this connection between us so that these messages could flow through. Thank you, Spirit, so much for coming to me and asking me to do this reading and to really step out of my comfort zone, because this was incredible and I am so blessed and honored. So thank you so much. And thank you again, pile 3. If this resonated, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the little notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Down in the comment section below, I want you to tell me what defines the contents of your life. What defines you? What has been the most defining moment of your life? I want to know, just in brief, but also so that you know that there are others out there just like you, from all of you who comment from pile 3. All right. Thank you again so much. I love you all. I will see you at my next reading. Bye.